No MAC. That's what Bank of America's former lawyer told two of its executives about the planned merger with Merrill Lynch 1 week before he was fired. Lizzie O'Leary has the story. Lizzie.
Yeah, Deirdre, we are round 4 of congressional hearings on this, and that lawyer and the potential next CEO of Bank of America will be in front of Congress. We're talking about that now infamous MAC clause, whether or not BofA could back out of the Merrill deal. And Timothy Mayopoulos, he's the lawyer who got fired, says he told two BofA executives that they just didn't have one. On the facts, no material adverse change existed. So think back to what was all happening here in mid-November. He got a forecast that Merrill's losses would be roughly $5 billion. Then he and the lawyers outside argue about whether or not there is a MAC clause here. In a conference call, the Bank of America executives and the lawyers in mid-November, November 20th, decide, no, there's not.
All right. And Lizzie, I mean, what was their reasoning?
Yeah, their reasoning is basically take a look around. The economy was crumbling. All of these other firms were cratering, and they thought a reasonable investor should be able to figure it out. But, of course, the losses get worse. So in early December, they keep going. And Mayopoulos finds out there'll be about $7 billion. It keeps going. The shareholders vote to approve the deal, but there's no disclosure to the shareholders at this point. It gets even worse. And at this point, there's a board meeting in which he's told the losses are going to be about $9 billion. At that point, the lawyer says, wait a minute, tries to talk to the CFO. He can't get him on the phone. He can't have a meeting. The next day, he's escorted from the building. His BlackBerry, his keys are taken. Now, all of this is before December 17th when Ken Lewis flies to D.C. to negotiate all of that aid. Now, this is important today because you're going to have Brian Moynihan, a potential candidate to be CEO, on the hot seat in front of the committee. He denied, according to committee papers obtained by Bloomberg, that Mr. Mayopoulos' firing had anything to do with whether or not there was a MAC clause. But clearly, he's going to get some questions about this when he testifies today. He has said in his prepared testimony he thinks the deal was a good one for both shareholders and the taxpayers.